Welcome to Soul Steps with Dr. Ren. I'm your heart-to-heart walking companion. These short, soulful reflections come straight from my morning devotion walks. Think of it as a chat with your bestie that feeds your mind and spirit. Walk with me or just listen and get ready to feel uplifted, informed, and inspired. Good morning, friends. It is Wednesday, so we made it through half of another week. Happy hump day. I'm telling you, I am cold. I don't know that you can tell from the outward getup, but I do have on 3 layers up top, only one on the bottom. I could have used 2, and I was up early today. I was up before 4, like a little bit before 4. But my body knew it was cold outside, so I just took my time, got dressed, listened to my scriptures and devotion reading inside instead of outside. Like if I have like maximal pep in my step, I'll get up, get dressed, get everything together, pop outside, and I'll do the listening walk. It was like a literal walking devotion. That's what I normally do. But I had a feeling it was going to be like this. So I just gave myself the grace, especially because I was up late last night. And also yesterday, I did a lot. And my mind, soul, body did quite a bit yesterday. And at the end of the day, I was trying to solve a problem. And my brain was like, ma'am, we did the most today. Don't ask me for anything else. So part of the consequence of having a traumatic brain injury is that, my brain just gives up after a certain time. It's still great. Love you, brain. It still does amazing things, but it has limits. And when it gets to the limit, it just like functionally does not operate the same way. So I've learned how to use that signal to give myself grace to say, we did a great job today. We're going to go to sleep and do all the wonderful things that happens when you sleep. So I went to sleep thinking about a problem, and it was my sister. And so I told my sister, I can't, there's nothing that's going to come out of this brain. So I'm going to go to sleep. I'll get up in the morning and I'm sure I'm going to come up with something. And sure enough, I woke up this morning and like a very early thought, I found like a solution. It may not be the solution, but it was a pretty good solution that was not accessible to me last night. So I call this the top of morning mind. And I don't think you have to have traumatic brain injury to have the experience of, at the end of a long day, that you have been having a lot of cognitive load, that, try to do a math problem at like 11 o'clock at night after doing hard stuff all day. Not going to be great. So certain things I will just say, oop, I'm going to do that with my top of morning mind. And that has really helped me to just be kind to myself, and also to be like explicit with other people. Like I know certain types of meetings that happen like at the end of a business day. I do a lot of volunteer work. And so with volunteer work, that will often require meetings after business hours. And that means I'm doing like this mission-based work without my top of morning mind. And it's a little treacherous. So I will often, just frame out different things that need to be done with top of morning mind, and then take care of that. So, that's a little that's a little health nugget. So I was like, my readings and stuff were great today. Super great. I'm still marinating on them, so I'm like marinating. But there was another, it's not part of devotion. I had like a whole set of different spiritual things I can choose to draw from. One of them is from the Center for Action and Contemplation. So Richard Rohr is an amazing Christian mystic and spiritual teacher who, I've said this before, his book, The Universal Christ, was very transformative in my life. And so he has a Center for Action and Contemplation. A lot of great content comes out of there. They have a daily newsletter that I will often read. And that's my source for inspiration today. So that's another resource if you want to, hold on. I'm also coming down with something, unfortunately. I felt it this morning. Not awesome. Especially because my mom's birthday party is on Saturday. So I'm going to hit all the things to optimize my body's recovery, including extra sleep, which is the most important one. Figure out how to take some naps or something, because I'm definitely doing a lot. Sorry, when you're doing a lot, sometimes your body will just, my body will be like, we're doing too much, we're shutting down. Sorry. Oh, gosh. I do not like this. It's gonna be a long walk. Oh my goodness. It's gonna be a long walk if I have to go through this runny nose the whole time. It's not gonna be fun. So, I'm just like, I'm honest with y'all. Some days, I don't know how I'm gonna make it through the winter. It's not even winter. It's fall. But the only, there are some bright spots. Like, there's a huge, beautiful beaver moon, the largest supermoon in 2025. That has given me a lot of joy. And it's reaching its peak today at like 8 a.m. But I can see it through the trees. I think I'm going to reroute my path again so I can get some clear views of the moon. Always makes me happy, but I don't like being cold. So I'm not really super happy because I'm cold and uncomfortable and not feeling well. But you know what? I'm doing it anyway. You see, I'm still walking outside, unhappily complaining about it. Let me get to the word. So from the newsletter this morning, it was talking about this idea of being poor in spirit. And I looked this up, I meditated and reflected on it. And, really, I think that the benefit of having a posture of being poor in spirit is the ways in which it prompts us to self-empty and cloak ourselves in humility. This is critically important. The more that you have in the physical, material realm, the more intentional you have to be about cultivating poverty of spirit. Those that have material poverty don't have a choice. They don't have the privilege of like, do I want to be humble or not? I work a lot with individuals who are impoverished. I've spent my entire career serving a population that relies on Medicaid for healthcare and serving disadvantaged communities and populations. And that has really allowed me to learn so much about the beauty of community support that comes with necessity. It's also taught me a lot about real life, what it's really like. What is it really like to rely on government assistance in this country? How do you get to an appointment on time when you're dependent upon Medicaid transportation? What is it like to rely on public transportation when you don't live on the train line and you have to take a bus? I've taken the bus, I've relied on that when I was in medical school, and I used to have to get up at 4 a.m. to get to school. I lived in New Jersey, but I wasn't like close to a train station, and we only had one car, and I wasn't the one using it. So I had to get up, take the bus to the train to get to school. Simple. I mean, this is definitely first world problem for real. But sometimes that bus did not come on time. And sometimes that bus drove straight past me. I know it's dark outside, but you know I take this bus every day. And like, so frustrating. There would be things that would get in the way, and you're not in control over getting to your destination. Also, when I first moved to Atlanta, intentionally, I moved so that I was closer, I could walk to the train station, but there were still issues with different places I had to get to that would take like 3 times as long because of the way that public transportation was, structured. Now I'm privileged, so I take public transportation to go to concerts and sporting events, so I don't have to deal with parking. It's a minor inconvenience. Or if I want to get home from the airport for less than $70. But I still know what it's like to be standing out in the cold, in the dark, and having that bus pass me. So like when I'm working at the public hospital, shout out to Grady. Atlanta can't live without Grady. And I have a patient who's really angry, irritable, frustrated, late to their appointment, mad because someone is telling them they're going to have to reschedule, which, by the way, Grady's been great. My mom is on Medicaid now, and they have been so great. One time she got locked in the van because the lift didn't work. That's a whole nother issue about being disabled. She got locked in the van. They had to carry her out. We were so late to the appointment. They still saw us. And that's one thing that Grady has been really good about, accommodations, because they understand that a lot of these things are not within a person's control. So, I have sensitivities there just because of the nature of my work. But, so the more that you have, the more protected you are from these inconveniences and issues. So you can literally just live in your bubble and be like, I'm good. Sorry for y'all, you didn't study hard at school. And, you can have all of these like super arrogant, insensitive, cruel perspectives about what you think somebody's life is like and how they got there just because you're in this little material bubble. But, those same people, I try not to be judgy, but I do feel there's a spiritual death that is associated and a hardness of heart that is associated with that type of thinking. There's no way you can think like that and have a heart that is broken for the things that breaks the heart of God. I'm sorry, it's just self-evident. So, that moon. I'm recording and I can't take a picture of you. Just do the video. It's so pretty. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh man, it's gonna get and the stars are out. See, I should have started this later because then I could have just taken these pictures. It's so beautiful, moon. It's lighting up the whole sky. And I could have brought my binoculars and just, Oh, zoomed in, not even a cloud in the sky. I'm so tempted to stop this video and look at this moon. You have no idea, because I know, like, I'm about to walk in the whole other direction. Oh, my goodness. Should I do it? Should I just stop the video? Oh man, it's so pretty. I'm gonna stop the video. I'm gonna stop. I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop the video. You won't know because it's 15 minutes. So let me just say congratulations if you only hang with me for 15 minutes. Come back because I didn't finish talking. But I'm going to stop so I can take some pictures of this moon and look at it for a little bit, and then I'm gonna splice it all together. So, you know, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm back. I really needed that. That was a good decision. I'm still completely distracted by this beautiful moon, so just forgive me. I thought I was ready to come back, but maybe not. Yeah, it is something. I hope that you're listening. Well, I mean, depending on what time you get up or what time I post this, it might be too late for you because, you know, the new system I'm doing, it takes a little bit longer. I used to just like record and post, and I'd be posted by the finish of my walk. So like by 6 o'clock, everything would be available. But I'm gonna actually try to like go back and post it soon, so that if you are getting up early, you can go out and look at this moon. It's really something. It's really something. Okay. Dang. Have you ever seen something so beautiful that you just can't even think straight? That's what's happening to me right now. I'm having trouble thinking straight because this moon is so beautiful. Jesus, let me help me just get this out. Okay, the thing I want to get out to you is about being poor in spirit. Let me focus. And, oh, dang it. Oh, I just stepped on a dead animal. I need to get out the road. That was so gross. All right, so when you have a lot of things materially, it does get in the way of humility. So you have to be intentional about cultivating humility. And a lot of faith traditions have spiritual practices and principles around this concept of self-emptying, dying to yourself, getting rid of the ego. It comes by a lot of different names. I don't know all of them from all the different traditions, but that's the point, is that it's not going to be like an automatic process, that you will have to be intentional in how you are. So it's like, now I like want to walk backwards so I could see the moon on the strip. I'm gonna walk back, and I'm sorry, I gotta be, look, this is who I am. I'm obsessed with the moon. I'm sorry, I'm just a moon child. And I have an aunt, she's my godmother. She's a famous scientist and chemist, chemical engineer. And she's dealing with multiple myeloma now for many, many years. And but she's like my moon person. So like I send her pictures of the moon, like, hey, look at the moon. Or she'll send me pictures. So I sent her pictures last night. And I'm really trying to focus her. I'm so sorry. It's seriously a big deal though. Like, I am a little weird, but it is the biggest moon of the entire year of 2025. Is the closest that we are this year. So, and okay, so how do I cultivate humility? I'm talking loud because everybody's up. So there's a lot of cars. I'm on like the main road now. So I'm hoping that the audio is good. I might go down this little road. I don't really like changing my route because I have everything timed out. But I'm going to get off this road and get some more moon time. So I have to change my direction so I can walk towards the moon and not have it be behind me. So, I cultivate humility through prayer. There's, I gotta find this. Sometime back, there's like an actual humility prayer I found. It was so good. I prayed that one for like a month. That was a good one. And through just setting that intention to empty yourself, to recognize when ego is starting to get puffed up, pride gets activated, and just, powering down when ego is powered up. Gratitude is another way that I found helps to practice humility. Cultivating gratitude, putting things in perspective. But from the Christian perspective, it's literally just recognizing that totally dependent upon God, completely. And I can't do anything truly if not empowered by God. And I am poor in spirit, like me, ego, completely broke, dead broke spiritually, completely impoverished spiritually. And that is why I need to be filled with the Spirit of God. You get it? So if I'm full of self-importance, not much room for God. If I am full of money and feeling myself because I got everything I need, I see it, I want it, I got it, I have it, all that, not much room for God's provision. What do you need God for? If you got it, oh, you got this. Go ahead with your bad self, right? So that's the idea, is that you empty yourself out. Even if you have a lot materially, which I do, I'm blessed. I am blessed. So even if you have a lot materially, you can still engage in ego self-emptying and invite the Holy Spirit, make room. That's the song I'm going to use for my Insta. Because I do like a 3-minute after this, not 3-minute soul step. And there's 2 songs about making room. They're both so beautiful. I don't know if they'll make for good intros, but you should listen to them. So beautiful. Just about making room for God. Because if you don't intentionally make room, you can fill the space with a lot of other things. And that will look fine in the natural world, but spiritually you will be really impoverished and not even know it. That's what I was talking about yesterday. So I want you to be conscious of your spiritual poverty so that you can intentionally invite the Spirit of God to dwell within you and nurture you and nourish you. I love that word. Nourish you so that you can be whole, so that you can be full, so that you can be, I'm going to say balanced, but I mean that in a homeostatic way, set in balance. I don't mean that in like you need work-life balance. I mean homeostatically, like when things are off kilter in your life and it's just not, you're just super off, too much of this, too little of that, to be invite in the Holy Spirit to fill in the gaps so that you can be homeostatically balanced. Homeostasis, that is like the physiological term for like where your body's always trying to achieve that homeostasis. Maybe, I know it's like a weird science term, but I think it's better than balance because of all the loadedness that people have around balance. I was talking to a friend about that yesterday. So yeah, I think homeostasis, spiritual homeostasis, is achievable through inviting the Holy Spirit to come in and fill in the gaps for you hey God, I'm too, fearful. Come on in and give me peace. It can go the other way too. I'm too laid back. I need to have some healthy fear in this situation so I can, like, yesterday I was so my son is 5, my youngest son is 5, and he likes to start the car. I don't really know how he got into this. He just like started doing it on his own, and instead of just trying to keep him from doing it, which I tried, is you have to meet him to understand that's not really a thing. So it's better to just teach him how to do it safely. So I taught him how to start the car safely, and there's rules, and he can lose the privileges. Like yesterday, he started the car 2 times, which is not good for your car. So I was like, okay, you lost 1 turn. But we were driving home late, and I went to get some gas, and he was like, oh, can we get some food from that place where there's smoke? I didn't know what he was talking about, and he was just hungry because it was late, and I was like, what? So I drove past. I realized it was like a food truck. Now, it was in like a super, not like awesomely great part of, I'm turning around, but there's talking runners coming. It sounds like a lot of them. Not a great part of town. I wasn't going to get out of my car at the dead of night to get food from a food truck. So I was like, that's not safe. And he's like, it's safe. I said, no, it's not safe. I said, how could you keep me safe in that situation? What are you going to do if somebody tried to hurt me or take me away? You can't do anything. So I'm not going to stop there because it's not a safe situation. Hey, good morning. So he was like, he thought about it, and he was like, I'm not scared. And I was like, I'm glad you're not scared, but you also, that's not good. Like, it's, there are times when you need to have a healthy amount of fear. So that's a good example of, like, he was like, I don't know what your problem is, but I'm not afraid, and I want that food. It smells good. It looks good. Let's go get it. And I'm like, no, we're not doing that. We have food at home. And also you don't have like the perspective that you need to understand that this is not safe, which is so funny because that interaction was exactly what I was talking about yesterday, about how foolish we are when we don't trust God, when we're in situations that he has insights that we don't have. And we're sitting there like, let me go over here and hug this warm, fuzzy thing that's a bear. And my son was like exactly the same situation. He was focused on eating something. He didn't care that it was maybe a not super great situation for me to be, dealing with. I mean, objectively, it would have been fine. I just wanted to get him home. But you get the point. So, yeah, I think if I splice this together, I'm at 22 minutes. So, because I stopped around 15 minutes. So I got a little bit of more time with you today. So sorry about the moon distraction. I mean, no, I'm not going to apologize because that was a great moon. That was worth it. And you know what? Maybe you need to stop and get distracted by something beautiful in nature today. I hope that it gets warm like it has been the past couple of days. So when the sun comes out, it's beautiful. My favorite time of fall is when you have some crispness in the air, but it's sunny, and so you can feel the warmth of the sun on your body, but it's still you're not sweating buckets. And that's a great way to go outside and just take a look around at what's happening in nature. What's happening in nature is a great inspiration for all of us to, let go of what no longer serves us so that beautiful things can take their place. This part of this cycle. So the trees are putting on a magnificent show, changing colors of their leaves, letting their leaves fall down. The tree doesn't mourn the loss of their leaves. It accepts that this is part of the process of its existence. And we too can have that healthy detachment, because we can have trust in the process. And I really do think that having a posture of poverty in spirit is a really good daily practice. Consistent with the Lord have mercy prayer and not my will but yours be done. Like these are all of the same theme. And I do feel like personally maybe the Lord is preparing me for some type of like level upness, and that's why I feel this so heavy on me. Humility, like it's so heavy on me. And a lot of times when that happens in my life, it means that the Lord is like preparing me to like level up to where like I might be put in a position where now like the world is going to be pumping up my head or my ego. And so like the Lord will prepare me by really cultivating humility so that I can stay grounded and aware so I don't lose my way. So that's it. We're at 30 minutes. If that's the end of your exercise journey, I'm really proud of you. Sadly, I have a long way to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I got to actually track how far I've gone because I've gone completely off the beaten path. So, which is also hard for me because if you haven't maybe gathered, I am a person of routine. It's my happy, safe place. So I'm outside of my comfort zone, but it was very much worth it. I hope you have an amazing day today. Move your body with love and intention. See, I'm better. It was rough starting out. I'm warmed up now. So, yay. I am praying for you. I really am. I have so many people I'm praying for. I'm not going to go into it today because we're over time, but I am praying for so many people. And I hope you have a great day. And remember, I love you. Bye.